Welcome to the other show. Seems like this week went by fast. Friday already.
Christmas is like right around the corner.
I know. Crazy. Freaking 10 days left.
I'm still behind on my shopping.
I did nothing. I'm going to Vegas next week for 4 days. Come back, working a double on Christmas Eve. Going to be working Christmas Day in the morning. Go to my brother's house, and then a double on Tuesday. So I got some money coming in, so I don't get.
They're at least giving you time and a half for Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I get it's overtime. So Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I get paid time and a half both those days.
Freaking
and
nice.
then get 2 overtime. So that week, that check is going to be about like a $3,000 check for the week.
Nice.
Let's see how.
Boba Fett's.
Hey, Savvy Floyd. Hey, Qatar. Isaac, what is going on with this hate on Rebel Moon? But what's up, Lucifer? Hey, Brian.
Well, you know what's funny? People hitting on Rebel Moon, and they're the same people that loved the Star sequel trilogy. It makes no sense.
I don't think it's
can't go by critics.
I don't trust critics. They seem to go in with the agenda ahead of time.
Yep.
Look at those sexy nerds.
Thank you.
Florida man and flow. Hopefully you're not drowning in the 7 inches of rain you're supposed to get tonight.
Jesus.
It's coming this way like Monday or Tuesday.
7 inches of wetness? God damn.
That's the only 7 inches of wetness he's going to get.
Yeah.
Dom's going to Vegas to see some ho-ho-hos.
Yeah, not with the wife and the mother.
Yeah. Tonight we got some news topics, and we're going to talk comics and more comics today. This is going to become the Comics Central show for Friday night comic talk. So, Vince, Rebel Moon doesn't look special to me. It looks like a generic sci-fi movie. I know Ultra Snyder fans will love it, though, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it, but seems overhyped. Hey, Ferd, what's going on, buddy?
Well, you know, most of the stuff they put out is always overhyped, and then when you see it, it's a major letdown. A lot of things.
I think that's people's own preconceived notions of what something should be and what it ends up being. Yeah, you do it a lot.
I'm sorry.
I thought the trailer looked a little cheap, but I'm still excited to watch it.
Yeah,
listen, I like
the story's good. I don't care.
Listen, if the story is great, I'll enjoy it. Look, I love Zack Snyder. I love his remake of Dawn of the Dead. I love the friggin' what's the other movie?
300.
The other Dead movie he did. What's the name of it? With Batista.
Dead Army. Dead Army.
No, is it Dead Army? No, the zombie movie in Vegas.
Yeah, that's the one where
where
it had the kid with the safe cracker.
Yeah, the safe cracker. Yeah.
You know, to show somebody knows the name. Hate it like it's a vegetable.
Army of the Dead.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I like that a lot too. So
hey, everybody, sub up to Bird. He has great content. He even has mortgage rates on homes. He does a show on. I love it. Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead. I thought that it was a different take on the zombie genre. Really crazy. I liked it. It was funny. It had a lot of great action scenes, and it was giving zombies personality. That's a scary thing. Giving them personalities, and
it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch.
Well, things evolve. We went from slow moving zombies in the 60s and 70s to runners in Walking Dead and other movies.
Oh yeah.
If you're watching for the first time on IG or you're watching on X, please head over to the YouTube channel, subscribe here, hit the like button if you're watching. They just started streaming to IG. Let's see how this goes. See if we get more views and more people eyes on the content tonight. So, you have anything you want to show up, guys?
Yeah, I got a few things.
Sure, you might as well just start it off with a few pickups.
All right. It's not a huge stack today, but I did get a Kickstarter. Richard Morgan, Blam and Glam. I love his art. It's all painted covers, which are fantastic.
Nice.
they're all really, really great covers.
So that girl, she's the heroine that
Yeah, they just came in. I haven't even cracked one to read it. It was one of those Kickstarter things where I saw the art and I was like, yep, I'm gonna be buying this from now on. I love this. This cover is just phenomenal.
Surprising. Joe has cheesecake covers.
Yeah.
Little bondage.
And there was a Bang Baz cover, and I love Bang Baz,
Cool.
so that's how I kind of came across that. So that was my Kickstarter, so I was very happy about that. I got a little Golden Age.
Oh, nice.
I'm just not paying 51. And I picked up very happily the little Eternity run of Dollman.
Ooh,
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah.
I love those movies. Hey, Anthony.
Nice.
That's what I got.
Degrassi, Army of Dead, Army of Thieves, Rebel Moon, all exist in the same universe. Weird. That sounds like a Snyderverse to me.
Hey, as long as they make it worthwhile and understandable.
What do you got, Dom?
Wifey picked up this for me. Some drinking glasses.
Oh, that's
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't care about the other ones. You know which glass I care about the most. Yeah. The R2D2, not just kidding. Both.
Yeah.
No way.
That's it.
I have not seen Rebel Moon and I hate it.
Yeah.
I got this. And one more thing, yeah. So this came in the mail.
What's that?
So pretty cool. There's a website called Carbonite Slabs, and what they do is they have cards like in slabs, like it's a like graded cards, but they're not graded. They're just in plastic, like. Hold on a second. Can't remember ones I got. Got a couple of them. So, see, they come like that.
Yeah, cool.
Got that one.
There you go.
Got that one. This is a cool one. I like this one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's Carbonite Slabs. They
Nice.
special. They're just like a protective things, and it looks pretty cool. I like it.
Red said those glasses are sweet.
Yeah,
Anything else?
that's it.
All right. My turn. All right. So I don't know what I was thinking when I went out today. I just saw stuff. I just started buying stuff. So I picked up a My Hero Academia Midoriya. That cool pop.
Oh, pop. Nice.
Yeah. Also a Full Metal Alchemist Scar exclusive glow in the dark from Full Metal Alchemist.
Cool. Yeah, the animated pops are really popular for some.
Yeah.
a lot of people like those.
I got a Hush pop. It was on sale. Woo-hoo.
Oh, nice. $5, $6.
Yeah.
Now you need a shush pop to go with it.
They'll make it eventually. Give it time.
And then I have a collector's edition Firestorm McFarlane.
Nice.
So
Hey,
it's
speaking of
attached to
McFarlane, you
hands.
see what they did, McFarlane and Hasbro collaboration?
Oh yeah. They're supposed to do
They're going to be doing
Page
the
punchers.
punch,
Page punchers, yeah.
the page puncher, the comic book with the other figures, which is
then
kinda
I have Green Lantern Alan Scott. Another collectible.
cool. See, that's the one thing I like about McFarlane. He's doing all the DC characters, and they have all the articulation. They're cheaper than Hasbro stuff, and
Yeah.
And they look
They,
better. Better
they
sculpts.
come out every couple of months. That's what they do.
And FYE had like it was like buy one get 50% off the next figure, and the same thing with Pops.
I didn't even know FYE still existed.
I got a newsstand of 94 Adventures of Superman.
Nice.
424. This is an homage to Superman 14.
Are you gonna crack it
Shh. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. This is the first appearance of Cat Grant.
Okay.
So if she ever shows up in Superman Legacy, I'm ready.
There you
Come
go.
on, Grace. Come on, Grace.
And then a little Golden Age action. Master Comics 129, a 5.0.
Nice.
With-
That was a
Cap-
good grab.
Captain Marvel Jr.
That's a nice cover too. The covers like really pop the colors.
Yeah. Is that John Wayne up there in the corner?
It's like
I don't
Tom
believe so.
It kind of looks like him.
it looks like John Wayne, but it's not.
No, it's not.
Huh.
It's a great cover. Not bad. There's a few more ending I'm watching. Hopefully I get the rest of those from the same person.
Yeah,
All right.
that's some nice books.
All right, let's get this show on the road. I think we got some news. A little weekend nerd report going on. First thing up, the jury in the Jonathan Majors trial for alleged assault did not reach a verdict by Friday afternoon and will continue on Monday morning.
Hey, did you see the video when he was running?
Yes,
And
did
then
you
she
see
was
the
running after
video?
him? But then you see when he picked her up, put her back in the car, it looks like she bumped her head on the top of the car that he threw her back into. And then she's like running after him, was hit by a car. And then she runs into some strangers and they're hugging her. And she's standing there and he walks right by. He's looking at it. It's like so weird. It's weird. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He like, I don't know, apparently he cheated on her and she was upset or something. I don't know. But
Yeah,
it's a weird video.
it's kind of weird. You know, I don't get it, but whatever.
He who remains.
Well, we'll see what happens, you know. If he gets
Yeah.
if the verdict comes and he becomes guilty, he's out of the MCU. I think he's out of the MCU already. I think they're gonna get rid of him anyway.
Let me see if I can. Hopefully, I don't get claimed for this.
Are you gonna show the video?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm trying. Let's see. All right.
Some weird stuff, man.
Where is it?
There's the car right there. She gets out right there. She runs out. He grabs it. Okay. Like, what the hell is happening?
She's trying to get away from him. He's trying to get away from her.
Look, he picks her up. Look, watch. Boom. She hit it. He's like, he's trying to shove her in this.
Yeah, I just think that it's him. Like I said on Max's show, he's trying to get away from her if she's assaulting him, or vice versa. You know.
But the fact is that it looks like that he was grabbing her to try to push her away. And
Yeah.
keep her in the car.
Yeah, edited. You know, when we just get snippets, you never
Yeah.
know what happened before. You never know what happened after. I'm sure in the trial there's a lot more being
Yeah.
thrown out there.
Just behind the scenes
of
from Kang.
Yup.
What the hell? He likes his crackers salty. What are you guys talking about in the chat? I don't want to know. Jeez. But
we'll see what happens.
yeah, it's I think the most he can get is a year, but
Look,
most likely they'll probably give him
3 sides to every
probation
story.
or
His side, her side, and the truth. You know, a video is going to show a potential one way, the way it's going, but you don't know the actual situation. She did have a cut on her forehead because it looked like she bumped the head when he put it back in the car. So that's that one thing right there. But the other stuff, I don't know. It's like it's weird. You know, it's just a weird ass video that he's running away from her, and
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, what'll hurt him will be the civil trial if that
Yeah.
comes to pass. that's,
Yep.
that's the one that.
Yeah, if they find him not guilty, I don't. It seems like when these accusations come up, the public convicts you regardless of what the verdict is, because a lot of these news outlets don't follow up. All you hear is the damning evidence and the allegations, but you never hear the follow-up story to some of these cases.
Yep.
Did he use the defense that it wasn't him? It was him from another timeline.
It was a
Really
variant.
funny. It wasn't me.
It was
my,
Victor Timely. It wasn't me. He
Nah,
has that
but
crazy hair.
It's just a situation where, all kidding aside, it's unfortunate that when you're at a certain level in Hollywood and stuff like this pops up, it's not a good look. It's definitely not a good look. Even if you win, it's still not a good look, because it's just it's your dirty laundry being showed out to the public of what's going on, and you don't want that dirty laundry out there. And that's always going to be out there, because like TMZ, they got video. That video is always going to be out there, even if you want to get away. It brings it back up to the past. Remember this?
And then all of a sudden he's in a relationship with Megan Good. Like, what? When did that happen? In between charges?
That's what I'm trying to say. It's
Just remember, people have little to no memory of anything anymore. Things pass. Matthew Broderick killed a person. He had it was vehicular homicide in Aquaman. And nobody. It was. People forget about it. It is what it is.
Almost killed somebody, a delivery man or something like that one time. And then didn't Will Smith do something one time too? So basically,
Alec Baldwin is an asshole every other week, and that guy still seems to get work. So
even if you win, Billy, you lose, Dom.
True.
Well, hopefully they reach a verdict soon, get this decided. This way, fans aren't left in limbo to what Disney has planned for him or the character, or if they're never going to use the character anymore. Recast.
Well, you know what?
I have no problem with recasting. I like Jonathan Majors as an actor.
He's
not going to talk about his
actor.
personal life, because I can't comment on that, because I don't know what the hell happened there. But I liked him as an actor. I would have liked to have seen that play out. If you're going to
recast, what you do is you stop it where it is, you bring in Dr. Doom, and then later on you bring Kang back later on.
If there's any actor you can recast, any role you can recast, I would think it would be Kang, since there's 8 million variants of it.
Yeah.
I think he hired the wrong lawyers. They screwed up his case in the beginning.
Yeah, he needs the Johnny Depp lawyers. He's the attorney from Johnny Depp.
Next up,
Those lawyers were good.
Exclusive Marvel previews new Star Wars character set to debut in Mace Windu series. Mace Windu #1 is from writer Mark Bernardin. Blah, blah, blah. The preview pages are unlettered, so a letterer for the series hasn't been announced just yet. And it debuts a brand new Star Wars character.
A new Star Wars character?
Azita Cruz.
We get a new Star Wars character every other damn issue of Star Wars.
These characters never be seen again.
Yeah. But people will run out and buy the 1 in 100.
Yeah.
All the stores, exclusives that are coming out for this.
People like Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Well, they do. They got the novel coming out in August, so next year. So basically,
right after the show, Dom is going to order all the covers.
Believe it or not, I might. You know what? I might just get the regular A and B cover. I don't like Mace Windu that much like that. I think he's a great character. I want to see him come back and get killed by Boba, but that's beside the point.
Alfonso Ribeiro should play Kang. I like him. He's a good actor.
Yep.
He's
great. He hosts Dancing with the Stars.
Look, it all depends on if his character is going to be irrelevant. They're going to try to push this book for spec. They will push it out to make it irrelevant. But
I don't think Marvel or any of the comics companies ever push books for spec. It's the people in chats and shows that do the spec pushing.
Yeah. So now, basically, when is this taking place? You know, the timeline that takes place in the Phantom Menace timeline, just before the Phantom.
Yeah.
You might get an old grizzled Zeta Cruz.
Azita Cruz. She looks young.
Yeah, she's probably a kid there, and then probably later on she'll be an old woman.
I'm co-signing with Ferdner. We hate speckers.
Yeah.
You know
You
what?
know, I will never tell someone to go buy a book. I tell them I like it, and for them to go make their own choices.
Look, the way I see it, when they introduce characters, like everybody in the High Republic are all going to die. The Young Jedi series that Wayseeker likes so much, they're all going to die. Horrible deaths by the Sith. So, or old age, whatever it is, but mostly killed by the Sith. So, Nubs, his little teddy bear affection, is going to get freaking dissected by the Sith. So,
Nubs.
Nubs.
I mean, they get an image of Nubs for the show.
Like I said, I don't mind when Star Wars does minis.
Minis are good because it's ongoing, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
If you have an ongoing series, sometimes if it's not done right, it gets very boring. 5-part
Yeah.
limited series, perfect. You could end the story and then maybe potentially have another limited series down the road.
You know,
Yeah.
I tried to watch. I tried to read Star Wars and Vader and Dr. Aphra, but I really liked Bounty Hunters. Bounty Hunters I could read. I can get behind.
It
Ends.
lost its
Going to
way.
be ending. It's going to be ending in the next couple of issues. So hopefully they do some. There's Nubs right there.
There's Nubs right there. He's
a Ewok. He's an Ewok with a deficiency.
That's an Ewok?
No, that's not an Ewok.
What the hell?
It's a bear. It's a freaking bear. Ewoks are bears too.
Ray Skywalker is immortal.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Stop it away.
Please not.
Ray Skywalker.
High Republic is boring.
You know,
They just gotta. The problem is we've only had it on print. I think if they did a series or a movie, it would make it. They would bring it more to life, and you'd have a little more connection with the characters.
and
Yeah.
that's why I said if you could make new stuff, but the Skywalker stuff, I know people say move on with Skywalker, but there's so many stories between the period of the Mandoverse to the Force Awakens. There's so much story. I know you can get away from that, but if they would have did the animated series like they did the Clone Wars, like I keep saying, and you could have that and then work on other stuff, that would have sold. Disney would have got their money off that because you could have merchandise from all. Could people buy the original trilogy stuff? All the new stuff is still on the shelves. Nobody buys some shit, and that's the problem.
Acolyte is set
the
near the end
Acolyte,
of the High
I'm
Republic.
still up in the air on that. I'm hoping it's good. I'm hoping it is. I just got a bad feeling about it. Like they say in Star Wars, I got a bad feeling about
You
this.
know, just keep your hopes low, the expectations low, and just
Well, look,
go in for
the
shits and
coolest thing is
giggles.
that it's at the end of the High Republic, so we might get mentionings of some High Republic characters. Well, there is a High Republic character in it. She's an older woman. She was a kid in the comic book, so she's in it. Well, we might get name drops of Manshan Rowe and Laura Dean, or all those characters that were like really cool in the High Republic.
I just want, as long as I just want them to tell a good story. I hate the name drops and the Easter eggs and all that bullshit.
Look, I want a good story myself too.
Just give me a good story. I'm willing. I've been asking for them to give us non-Skywalker timeline stuff for a while, and so I'm happy for it.
Well, they said espionage, martial arts, freaking show is going to be. So we'll see. Hopefully,
Not for nothing. Jedi's are nothing but all their moves and is martial arts and samurai movements.
And child kidnappers.
listen. I want
they
a
are
new,
child kidnappers.
I want a new Darth. Like if they can have a Darth, a Darth.
They're like the Catholic Church.
Like a Darth Force user. That's really cool. That would be the main villain in Oculite. That will make it irrelevant, make it great. I want that. Well, we'll see what happens.
Let me just say this. Not all Catholic churches take children, just the majority.
All the Jedis are missing is a non-windowed panel band. That's what they're.
Darth, insert name. Correct. Easter eggs are getting as cringe as ASM 300 homages.
Yeah, that's just
That's
it's
ridiculous.
unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. When the creator of Pinky Blinders is writing the next Star Wars movie, we could be in for something.
Yes, yes, please.
Pinky Blinders is a great show.
Yes, it
You
is.
haven't seen it? Watch it. It's on Netflix still, I believe.
Yep.
All right. Next up, Matthew Perry's cause of death revealed as acute effects of ketamine.
Fell down a K-hole.
Yeah. K-hole. Yeah. Don't take K, guys. In a
especially in a hot tub. Yeah.
Well, you know, another thing too is it's unfortunate because even if you have a drug addiction, you have these things, you're still very acceptable to a lot of different things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
and when you have that level of fame, everything's accessible.
Did you see the picture like the day before he died?
No.
That he's freaking huge and he was walking like he looked like a wreck. He was up and down. If you notice in Friends, he was always heavy, skinny, heavy. He kept fluctuating back and forth in Friends in a lot of things, and it's a shame, you know.
You know, drugs heighten whatever problems you have, whether it's mental illness or addicted personality. And taking ketamine, being in depression is craziness.
Hey, look, being depressed,
depression.
I understand when you have depression and you have all these serious things. You know, it's very important to get the care because a lot of people mental illness is very bad. You know, that's one of the crazy things that nobody really talks about. You know, and plus, my nephew had issues, and you know, he was 10 years old, wanted to kill himself. So kind of, you know, I don't know what goes on the minds, you know, with people that are going through that. It's a scary thing because, you know, you definitely have to pay attention to the signs and people. You know, you can't brush people off when they're reaching out for help. It's just it's sad.
Yeah, I see a lot of people write off family members once they get addicted to drugs, and it's unfortunate.
And the drug thing, you know, becomes famous.
It's a sickness.
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
It's something people have to deal with their whole lives. You know, no one is totally clean forever. You know, people relapse, and you just have to be there for your friends and family.
That's it.
The hell with celebrities getting old, Dom.
Yeah.
When you get to that level of fame, some just get into the habit of looking for something to stuff in a hole.
Yep.
Next up. So James Gunn tweeted out, or what's his threads, that Superman Legacy will have elements of Birthright, All-Star Superman, Superman for All Seasons, back to the original Siegel and Schuster stories, as much and much more.
Yeah, it's basically saying I'm going to use anything and everything, and
but all the stories that were never used before.
Yes, yeah, I'm going to have multiverse Superman played by Sean Gunn.
As long as we get sweet corn sweat.
You know what? It's just, let's see, man. You know what? In a way, I'm very intrigued. I want to see it because, you know, I'm not like the biggest DC fan, but I do like Superman.
We got to get you into DC.
What?
I like I said, I like the castings that they've announced so far.
Yeah.
So
the only one that's been really questionable so far is Sean.
But you know it's going to be a small bit role.
Well, you never know. They might have another. He might show up in other things. So he'd be.
No, we do not want Superman return elements. No.
Yeah.
I hope there's a Lex real estate story. What? He left out Superman and Dorothy.
Easy now, AOA. I remember reading that cat book where he's a landlord now. So.
Slumlords. Next up, Jason Momoa's chances playing Aquaman in the future not looking too good. He gave a quote, "Would be really cool to play Lobo."
I think he's got the job already. I think he's already got it.
Yeah,
He's
but
got
you know,
it.
I don't think they could say anything until Aquaman 2
Yeah. You have
releases.
to wait.
It's an interesting dynamic where an actor, you know, you get a little bit of a rumor, the actor hears the rumor, the actor likes the rumor, the actor likes the character, and then the actor makes statements like this to gin up the crowd and the fans to push for him to have that role. And you almost get, you know, force Gunn's hand to cast him as Lobo.
Well, I'm pretty sure that he won't be the first actor to force Gunn's hand. Ah,
You mean his wife?
oh jeez. The marketing team for Aquaman 2 is horrible.
Well, you know what? Its reason it's horrible is that the fact that it's already getting horrible reviews off the bat.
I just don't think they want to put any more money into it.
No. Oh.
You know, I really enjoyed the first Aquaman, and I have said that James Wan can do no wrong. He hasn't put out a bad movie yet. So, and he's going to throw some horror elements into this movie. Hopefully,
You never know. This movie might surprise people. Maybe it might take off on its own somewhere and make some good money. How much did they put into this movie?
Oh, I don't even know how much budget is.
Right.
What is the budget? The legend. You know, they never released the official budgets. People just guess.
Well, also the movie could be terrible, but the fact is the actor could be great and make it watchable. You know, Jason Momoa is a great.
Black Manta looks great in the movie. That's
the Black Manta. Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
He was in the first one too, Black Manta. So,
Well, you know, that was a good thing they didn't kill off the villain.
I've always been a big believer that the villains make these movies.
Yep.
I think about it. If you
it.
go by a comic book, the villains never really die. You kill them off in the comic, they come back later on. Like with Green Goblin, he came back saying he was immortal with the goblin juice. Had the friggin' his
Goblin.
glider.
That's what you're calling it now, Dom? Goblin juice?
Goblin juice. Juice.
Yeah.
There you go.
If anybody want to order a jar of Dom's Goblin juice, hit him up Don Tober on Instagram.
Drink it out of a nice Star Wars glass.
Exactly.
It'll last longer than
Goblin
any
juice.
Boba Fett scene in the original trilogy.
We have Boba Liquid.
Stop. Just stop. Next up, James Gunn has confirmed that David Cornsweet is fully immersed in his Superman preparation. This has created problems for production because David just reads comics and repeats, "If I don't read all of them, I'm not doing it right." That's good.
He has a lot to read.
Yeah. You know, I think it's good when actors proactively actively seeks out the source material and reads the history of the character and the changes that Superman has gone through over the years. You know, he hasn't been white bread, as people like to call him, in decades. So
yeah.
That's good. That's like I said, it's nice to see somebody diving into the character. I mean, I know it's a superhero movie, but still.
AOA, that's blasphemy. Conjuring is amazing.
You gotta look at this one. The fact is that, you know, he wants to get into character. You know, he's a young dude that's going to be playing one of the most iconic characters in comic book history, and he wants to get it right. And it is the right way of doing things. You know, by studying the character, knowing what the character's about. Watch old movies of the other, like just watch Christopher Reeve. That's what you have to do is watch him play Superman, and you get the.
Well, that's the problem with doing that is the fandom is so fractured that you have a huge fan base for Christopher Reeve Superman.
Yeah.
Then you have a huge vocal majority of Cavill fans that's their Superman.
Yep.
So
And
That's
Brandon
okay,
Roth.
man.
You got
That's
Brandon
good.
Roth fans. I love Brandon Roth. You know.
yeah.
All 7 of them.
Well, he was a great older Superman in the
Oh, yeah.
Flash series.
Flash,
that
yeah.
was great. He was great as
Should've-
Superman.
Hey, listen, everybody
As fine
loved
as Ray
Tom Welling.
Palmer.
Tom Welling. Everybody loved what's his face?
No, Smallville. I love
Lois
Smallville.
Clark.
Yeah,
name,
Tom Welling and I forgot the actress that played Lois. They were great.
They were good.
I wish they could bring them as Jarell and Lara.
We
You know
won't
what's
talk
funny?
about. We won't talk about the other actress from Smallville.
The funny thing is that my wife's a huge
What, the
Superman
one that's in a cult?
Yes.
my wife's
Sex
a huge
trafficking?
Superman fan, and she did not watch Smallville. Didn't want to watch it.
What?
Yeah.
They
No.
have to impress Joe because he hates Superman.
Hold on one second.
Yes,
Hold
they
on
do.
one second. Right back.
Have a high bar.
Brandon Roth was a missed opportunity. He's a good actor. And the writing, it wasn't his fault. It was the writers and the director's fault.
He was better in the CW shows.
Anthony said, that's good to see David being passionate. Aquaman 2 performs. Momoa says, even if it doesn't, I'm betting he stays. If Aquaman 2 performs, Momoa stays. Even if he doesn't, I'm betting he stays. Yeah.
Listen, I loved the whole fact with freaking Smallville, how they did like Dawson's Creek and stuff like that, and they had the music in
Oh,
it.
look, it's actually working. Twitter. Hey, welcome, S. Dot.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice. You get a little icons for Twitter.
X.
Momoa will show up on set every day until they cast him as someone. What are you talking about? Show up? He's never leaving the set.
He's just gonna start dressing as Lobo every day in real life until they.
He's gonna pull up his trailer and just sit on set every day. Dragged off by security. I love that Alex Ross cover. Oof. Next up, Andre Braga's cause of death has been revealed as lung cancer.
Oh,
Man,
damn. You know,
so
this
young,
is short
61.
illness. A short and quick illness. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's such a good actor.
No, he was. He did the voice for a couple of characters too, right? Didn't he do the voice of he did some voiceover work too. I forgot the character that he did.
What
else
show?
he- I don't know. I can't think. I was reading something. I can't remember the character.
You know, he was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, what, for
Yeah, I know he was Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
8 years?
Yeah.
That show
That was
got
a good show.
canceled and brought back.
He's good in everything he was in. He was always enjoyable.
I'll be right back. Be right back.
Yeah, he did the voice of Darkseid in the DC movies.
Yeah, that's
there
what.
you go.
Okay, yeah, that
Yeah.
was the Dark Side. Yeah,
Hey, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Soldier's Girl, that was a good movie.
He had a good brief guest appearance run on House.
He was on Gideon's Crossing, if you remember that.
Yes.
He did some voice work on Jackie Chan Adventures. Jeez. Well, he will be missed.
Yeah, he always had a good gravitas when he was on the screen.
I didn't watch Smallville or Gotham. I knew how they were going to end. He played a general in Fantastic Four. Which one?
Which Fantastic Four? Which general?
Which Fantastic Four?
Was he in the Miles Teller one?
No, I don't know. I didn't watch the last one personally. Sometimes it's quick, like Lemmy from Motorhead. Yeah. Lemmy went really quick.
Love Lemmy.
Oh, Ace of Spades. Have you ever seen him like cover like other band songs? He's amazing on YouTube. On the YouTubes.
I miss Motorhead.
Next up, This is Variety's. These are the most anticipated movies of 2024 based on surveys but done by Variety. Deadpool 3, Beetlejuice 2, Joker, Fully Do, Adu. I am hyped for one of these movies.
Let me guess. Joker.
Of course. I didn't like that. I don't like Deadpool, and Beetlejuice going,
I want to see Deadpool. I'm intrigued because of all the stuff. I want to see what's in it and watch it be nothing like what they're telling about.
I mean, I'm excited to see. I love Michael Keaton, so I'm excited for Beetlejuice. I'm excited to see what they do with Deadpool. I could care less about the Joker because I heard there was a lot of singing in it, and I could care less about seeing that.
What are you talking about? We're gonna do karaoke night one day.
All right.
The only thing I'll ever sing is Corn Sweat.
Well, once we get monetized, we're gonna be taking super chats for song requests. Dom singing in a tank top.
Oh Jesus!
For the ladies.
Dress
And
up
for
like
some of the men, too.
Freddie Mercury.
Fantastic Four: The Rise of the Silver Surfer. What about Sonic the Hedgehog 3?
Is
What
that
about
coming
it?
out next year?
Oh, I guess it's coming out next year. There's a lot of movies coming out next year. They weren't the top most wanted, anticipated. I don't know how Beetlejuice 2 got there, but I don't know. The
Well, the
Deadpool
crazy
hate
thing
on
is
his channel is reprehensible.
Deadpool is the only movie coming out from Marvel that coming out for Disney, and if it sucks,
It'll be fine. I mean, I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I think Ryan Reynolds has enough of a hand in it. He cares enough about the character that he's not going to drop a turd. It'll be fine.
It's not that I hate Deadpool. I just strongly dislike him. I don't know. I'm just sick of Ryan Reynolds at this point.
you got another movie coming out called If. A movie, some like a family movie about like
Tom, you just go back and watch Just Friends.
Yeah.
It's the best Ryan Reynolds movie ever.
Van Wilder.
Ben Wilder.
No. You
That
gotta
was,
watch Just.
and Waiting.
No, go back and watch Just Friends, where he's in the
Friends.
fat suit. It is glorious. It's a fantastic movie.
I hate all Rob Liefeld creations.
I
Yeah,
appreciate you putting creations in quotes there.
Liefeld didn't do himself any favors this week on
Don't forget the
X.
proposal with Sandra Bullock. That was good. And Betty White was in it. Thank you.
Beltray. It's crazy how people on Twitter are saying cinema is healing. Healing what? Hey, don't say Ryan Reynolds may very well drop a turd as drop a turd as
Literally?
Deadpool as he's getting pegged again.
Jeez.
Now look at all these movies are sequels. Oh, they
Yeah,
are sequels,
that makes me sad that everything's just about franchises anymore, but
Yeah, people don't want to see anything new.
people suck.
Yeah, people do suck. Next up, here we go. Rebel Moon
It's up to
debuted.
25.
It's up to
It's up to-
25. It
There we
debuted with a 9% Rotten Tomato score. And here are some of the nonsensical, biased hatred towards Zack Snyder and his fans. From Kyle Wilson from Polygon magazine.
You could stop. It's from Polygon.
Yeah.
I'm sure he wrote that review while he was pouring oat milk in his latte.
Everyone but the hashtag release of Snyder Cut fanboys will be better off immediately ejecting this turgid, whimper movie into the farthest reaches of the galaxy. See, if he knew any better, no one hashtags release the Snyder Cut anymore. It's hashtag sell Zack Snyder's Justice League to Netflix. Then we have Oben Gleiberman from Variety. Rebel Moon, while immensely watchable, is a movie built so entirely out of spare parts that it may In the end, be for the Snyder cultists only. What a douchebag.
I don't understand how you could say it's entirely watchable. Then why are you giving it a splatter? I would think, hey, it's a watchable movie.
And then we have Grace Randolph. People aren't big fans of Grace Randolph. Some of her takes are really out there. She hasn't been the biggest Zack Snyder fan. She wrote, more Zack Snyder's Dune than Star Wars. The filmmaker's opus isn't likely to win over new fans, but it's a treat for those who appreciate his work. Botella, Fisher, and Bay are the real standouts. I do wish the two-part movie craze would end.
Yeah, it is a little rough when you have. That was my problem with Dune. I really want to see Dune 2. Really didn't like it being broken up the way it was. But
I saw the preview to Dune 2, which is actually really cool. I want to see that. But I want to see it. I'm looking forward to seeing this.
But a lot of these critics were hating on this movie long before they saw a still or a shot of this movie.
they just heard Snyder and they're going to shit on it. And like I said, I thought the trailer looked cheap, but who knows? It's a trailer. I'm still excited to watch it and see how it is. Even if it still looks cheap, but the story's decent, I'll still enjoy it. And I'm not a huge Snyder fan.
Of course, BK comes in trolling. Joker 2 is more than Brucifer deserves. And what I have to say to that is,
it doesn't matter what you think.
or
Get the fuck out of here.
Welcome, BK.
I still want to know why the bad guy in Rebel Moon is dressed like M. Bison from Street Fighter. I still want somebody to explain that to me.
Red said, Zack Snyder's Dune makes me want to see it. The audience score is 82%. Oh, nice.
You see?
As long as Mila Kunis doesn't appear as a clean lady in a cameo, I will watch it. Oh my god.
Is there any crack joke of the movie that
Hey,
she was in with Channing Tatum?
AOA doesn't agree with us. Snyder is 90% dog shit. That's your opinion, AOA.
And the other 10% slow motion.
Voltaire, whenever there's a whenever there is a big divergence with critics hating and fans loving, it makes me think the film is not woke enough for cuck critics. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't like gatekeepers. I don't like critics who walk in. This could have been the best thing ever. Granted, it wouldn't have been because it's Snyder, but nonetheless, it could have been the best thing ever. And they were going to walk in and give it a shit review regardless. And that's just kind of shitty gatekeeping.
Well, see, it's not even about the critics; it's about the audience score. If it's a high audience score, if it's going to be an audience, this movie's going to do. This is going to do great. Bring the critics, man. The critics are always very crucial on everything. They don't even like themselves. And that's
true. Now, how many movies that they have shitted on that have been fan favorites have made billions, hundreds of millions of dollars, and they come out looking like idiots, or they praise a movie to high heaven, and then the audience sees it and it's complete crap.
The Last Jedi. I remember the critics giving it a high.
I'm not dumb.
I'm just saying. But the same thing with Infinity War and Endgame. They gave it bad critic scores, and it was, the audience scores were high. People loved it.
Thanos was right. It really looks like a knockoff of Star Wars. Even Star Wars isn't original.
It is. It is a knockoff of Star Wars. It is a knockoff of Star Wars.
He wanted to bring it to Star Wars. That's why
Anthony,
he wanted to.
In my opinion, critics never like anything Zack does for the last 10 years if you look at it.
True.
Yep. It's true. I don't know if they don't like his style. I don't know if it's the lighting, the lens that he uses, where everything is not the most
washed out
colorful
color in slow
worlds.
motion.
Did you
and-
like Zack Snyder's version of the Justice League when he came out? The Snyder cut.
Yes, that was the definitive version for me.
There you go. You know, he did a great job. That was
You know, I sat there for the 4 hours, and if it was a epic tale completed movie and not the Justice League. Justice League felt unfinished. It was rushed. That was not Zack Snyder's vision. I'm not trying to speak for Zack Snyder, but I don't know.
The movie spoke for itself. You could watch
Exactly.
it. You could see it.
Hashtag don't silence Dom, Brucifer.
thank you.
Oh, look at this. Necron, Lord Necron, all hell Necron. Hollywood doesn't like Netflix and Zach. Let's get those audience scores. Regular YouTubers are liking it. Yeah, if Grace Randolph likes it, you know it's good because she hates everything.
I know, because Grace Randolph's up there with everybody else. You know, she's it was kind of funny how the other people turned on her, and then all of a sudden now they like
Yeah, I know.
YouTubers. You know, back in the day.
Red says Star Wars, not go Star Wars. Either way, I'm here for it.
I'm here
It's
too.
content. It's content.
I'm
If you
here,
subscribe
exactly.
to Netflix, it's free content.
Doomcock needs a sidekick. You get my vote.
Yeah.
He has a sidekick. He has a little friggin' little what is it? In the
Posh,
side, back of the
Pana.
tank. Yeah, the little
Pasha?
back of the
I
tank
forgot his name.
creature.
It's true that Hollywood Assets Media loves crapping on Netflix. Audience
Well, you know
score
what?
is at 86. Wow.
But the whole fact is with Netflix and the critics, that Netflix are really they really made the critics pissed off. That's why the critics are always pissed off at Netflix. So that's why they never get loved.
Yeah, because unlike the big studios, Netflix doesn't pay them or send them out
But-
passes for everything or
But the one thing about Netflix that really does suck, they'll cancel a great show off the bat, and then you'll be scrolling through the things.
No,
and
they
eventually-
keep crap on forever there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but see-
I need content to bridge me through until the second season of Sandman. That's what I need.
isn't Grace Randolph playing Cat Grant and Superman? No, I don't believe so. I think KC Beta got that one wrong.
Yes, Hardware Wars. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll kiss $3 goodbye. Hardware Wars. Loved it.
Hey, wait. Justice League Snyder Cut is better than Florida. I agree.
Oh boy.
Somebody clip that. Netflix is the Kmart of premium streamers. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
There are so many sci-fi movies that copy Star Wars, and it's a problem when Zach does it. I agree.
Well, there's so many movies that were copied from Star Wars. Star Wars also copied stuff too.
Yeah.
Old samurai stuff. So basically, everything copies something.
What about Tubi?
They keep what's cheap to make regardless of how good it is. True.
Tubi, the Kia of streamers.
But I'm gonna see it regardless. I'm gonna watch the 3.5 hour R-rated cut that comes out next year, and hopefully we don't have to wait too long for part 2.
I'll sit on my couch and watch it when it's available.
Battle Beyond the Stars. When is Zack Snyder going to rip off Brokeback Mountain? Jesus, get out of here!
Yeah.
We want slow. Let me stop.
Yes. Slow motion sepia.
All right. Now we're gonna get to some hot covers for next week. Some flaming hot covers that are coming out for New Comic Book Day next week. At number 10, we have Adventure Man Ghost Slice #1. You might have seen this list on Monday's show. That the Flaming 10 will be now on Friday. So I'm just giving all the viewers that haven't seen it a chance to catch up and maybe go out and pre-order these books.
Great Dotson art.
Yeah, it's a great cover. At first, I thought it was a Hughes when I first at a glance.
Yeah, Dotson did the whole first series.
Dotson does good covers.
This is Dotson's baby.
Number 9. The Catwoman issue 60, the 1 in 50 Terso Cons variant.
I like Cons covers recently.
Yeah, it's a beautiful cover.
They've been nice.
You know, it's not too over the top. It's simple. Number 8. Harley Quinn Black, White, and Red are number 6. This is the A cover done by Jenny Fredzin.
You're gonna get that in your collection, Joe?
Of course, yes.
No, I'll probably eventually just for the Frizzin cover to put in my Frizzin box. But I don't know. I'm in between the covers of these books. They're not normally that great, and they're not cheap a lot either. A lot of these, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll grab it. I'll probably grab the Frizzin. It's stupid cover addiction for any of the Harley stuff, the Catwoman stuff, Poison Ivy stuff. It's tough. You got to draw the line somewhere.
Number 7. Animal Pound number 1, the 1 in 50s Sienkiewicz variant. Sienkiewicz variant. I had it last Monday. Damn it.
I like how he frequently will write his name phonetically, which I enjoy.
Sienkiewicz.
Yeah, it's I don't know why they're doing this book, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't know if we really need another retelling of Animal Farm, but
yeah,
I'm definitely. I like the cover, the Dawn of the Dead cover they have. It's coming out. It's like a Dawn of the Dead homage cover.
Nice.
In the poster.
Mm-hmm. Number 6. Uncanny Avengers number 5, the 1 in 25 Stephanie Hans variant. I was torn about this cover, but the Psylocke saved it for me.
I don't know how I feel about this cover. I love Hans. Her Firestar cover is still one of my favorite covers. I just don't know how I feel about this. Every time I look at it, it throws me off. I like aspects of it. I don't like other aspects of it.
You don't like Deadpool. That's why.
I'm fine with Deadpool. I
don't
know.
like Rogue's face, the way Rogue's face is drawn. I like Cap, the way they did Cap, Deadpool, Psylocke, but Rogue.
Maybe it's just the white background that's throwing me off a bit. Just feels like there's a lot of negative space on it.
Burns my grits. Deadpool is on its Cap team.
Give him hell, AOA. Give him hell.
That's it.
Hey, Jeffrey Drake. Yep, I need to look up that Icon hardware cover that Bill did. I think that was the name of it. Yes, Icon versus hardware. It has some great covers.
Millennium. Milestone.
Number 5. Superior Spider-Man number 2, the 1 in 25 Crane variant. This is the I Stole Your Wife variant also. No. Put out by Black Flag.
That's what he's running away from.
Yeah, it's a great cover. Crane, he does good covers.
He's a talented artist.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good cover. There's just so many damn Spider-Man titles. I can't keep track of them all anymore.
There's so many Spider-Man titles. You're right. But it's Doc Doom and Spider-Man's brain again. Not Doc Doom, but Doc Octopus and Spider-Man's brain again, which was a great series, the original one.
I just can't keep up with all of them anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of titles.
Just give
Number
me
4. Nightwing 109, the Jamal Campbell variant, the Harlequin cover variant, as I like to call it. Where's Fabio, guys? Where's Fabio?
You can't believe it's not butter.
The hell was that about?
Remember he did the commercials? I can't believe it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I found it amusing when he caught the bird in the face on the roller coaster.
Yeah, that was cool. I had the video of that. I had the video. It came up on Instagram one time.
Yeah, Jamal Campbell's a talented artist. I won't be putting this. I won't be picking this one up, but I do like Jamal Campbell as an artist.
They're at it again. AOA, Deadpool is Michael Jackson. Cap is Tito. Tito is still alive, BK. What the hell? Michael Jackson's ghost is better than Tito. Oh my God.
Poor Tito.
At number 3, we have G.I. Joe 302, the 1 in 10 Walker Segala variant.
I want that cover.
It's a great
Walker,
cover.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's cool.
It's only a 1 in 10, so
Hey, listen, believe it or not, the 1 in 10s are hard to come by too.
yeah. I don't think there were any higher variants for this.
Like I said last week, I want that Serpentor cover that's going to be on 303.
Like I said, as long as they're store exclusives, there'll be
Yeah.
plenty of 1 in 10s floating around.
I'm still waiting for the Zartan covers to come. Once the Zartan comes, then it'll shit. Everything, all hell breaks loose when Zartan covers come. That's it.
Yeah.
That's my shit.
At number 2, Wonder Woman. Number 4, the Villa Lobos Santa variant.
This so throws me off in a few ways.
The goblins.
I like the cover, and the Birds of Prey that's coming that Lobos threw the art up for looks so good. And I love Lobos, but yeah, this kind of has that Wonder Woman 184 feel a little bit to it. Also has the Dark X-Men 1 in 25 feel to it. It throws me off when I look at it because I'm just thinking of different books. But I'll still pick it up because I love those.
You know, you think his art is starting to become repetitive?
I like a lot of the other stuff that he does, and he's done a lot of different things. It's just this one, you got the little demons in the front, which looked a lot like the Dark X-Men.
Yeah.
1 in 25.
With Madeline Pryor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I look at that Wonder Woman kind of cracking a whip like that, it just reminds me of 184, the Hughes cover.
Yeah.
But I like it. I like Christmas covers, and I'm happy that Lobos is doing more composed covers because a lot of his earlier stuff, a lot of his Zenoscope stuff and stuff like that, they were just kind of like single character covers on flat white background, stuff like that. So this is fun. I'd like to see him expanding out.
Nice. And the number 1 cover coming out next week on New Comic Book Day, Superman number 9, the 1 in 25 Nathan Zerdy variant.
Zerdy. No tattoos on that one.
No tattoos on this. Silver Banshee.
That's a good cover.
Love this cover.
It's a really good cover. I know Zerdy does a lot of store exclusives all the time too, which is a shame because sometimes these ratios, which I feel are better than picking up the store exclusives, sometimes go under the radar.
That's one thing I like about when they do ratios on some of these titles at DC, unlike Marvel, there's not a trade dress also of the ratios, unless they're doing a foil.
Yeah, no, I mean, for a while DC was doing it right. You'd have a regular A cover, a cardstock B cover, and a 1 in 25. Maybe if it was a bigger book, you'd have a 1 in 50. But just I like the idea of 3 covers: an A, a cardstock B. Then the cardstock Bs were beautiful. They were cardstock. They were minimal trade dress. It was good art. They had great artists, and then a 1 in 25 if you want to pony up for something special. I like that methodology versus all the crazy shit we're getting now. Too many covers. I don't have enough boxes. I hate resorting my books. But that's good number 1 pick though. It's a good cover.
All right. Next up, we'll move into Play at Your Own Risk, where we look at some video games from yesteryear, see if you have them in your collection, and see what they're selling for. First up, we have Def Jam Fight for New York on the Xbox released in 2004. Disc only was sold for $72. Complete in box, $92. Not bad.
For a Def Jam Xbox game, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, $92.
I thought that would have had a little more cachet to it.
You know, Def Jam was pretty popular back then.
Oh yeah.
Next up, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, released in February 2000 for the original Xbox. 73 for disc alone, 110 complete in box. Seems so low for a Marvel vs. Capcom game.
Yeah, they made a lot of them though.
Yeah.
That's what it seems to be. A lot of these games, especially the newer ones, you just get those weird, rare ones that no one's ever heard of. You know.
Yeah, like what was the one? Poop Maker or I forgot.
Oh yeah, you just get these weird ones that are barely sold anywhere, and for some reason they command a premium. I don't understand why rarity always seems in this space. Rarity always seems to command a premium.
Yep.
Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent.
Teen Titans, released in 2006, sold for $120, complete in box. This game couldn't have been that good.
No, I prefer my Teen Titans Go.
What? I like the Teen Titans better than Go. I was so pissed when they canceled it.
And I liked the movie they did where the Teen Titans meet the Teen Titans Go. That was fun.
Yep. We have Spike Out Battle Street, released in 2005, sold for $145, complete in box. I have no idea what this game is.
Is he gonna fight or break dance? I'm not sure which.
I don't know. Spike Out. It seems like it was a volleyball game. But you know, you see these things in your shop, sitting on a shelf somewhere. Grab them, or you get them cheap.
It's your local Goodwill if you.
NBA Ballers Platinum Hits, released in 2004, sold for $270, complete in box.
Is it Penny? Is it Penny Hardaway?
Yes. No, it's Marbury.
Oh, Stephen Marbury.
Stephen Marbury.
I've never played that game.
No, me either.
And again, there was a good 20-year period where I wasn't playing any games.
Next up, we go move into some more comic books. Some variant hunting, some variants that you may have forgotten about that command the premium or hard to find. First up, we have Harbinger Wars issue number 2, 1 in 50, released in 2013. It hasn't sold since 2019, and the last sale was $235 raw. I couldn't find any sales slabbed. There were, I believe, 2 9.8s. There was a total of 9 on the census for this. People are holding on to this book.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of the old, the Harbinger books. I have a lot of the Valiant stuff, the original stuff, but I also have a lot of the newest stuff too.
Yeah.
They made metal covers. They made voice activating talk covers. Like they had an Exo Man of War and a Tokyo Harada cover that you put the app on the phone and they talk. Yeah. It's kind of crazy stuff that they had. Their books, nobody buys 50 copies of these books. So these books definitely are hard to come by if you do find them. And that's why they premium money. They had a Ninjak book that's worth like $800.
What?
It came out in a Eternal Warrior.
I was never a fan of Valiant. I don't own a single Valiant comic.
Oh my God, I was, man, back in the 80s.
You don't have a short stack of Turok laying around?
No. I played the video game. That was about it.
I have a couple of graded 9.8 Exo Man of War, the original number 1s.
Yeah.
Shadow Man. I have that. I have Solar Man of the Atom 3 with the first Tokyo Errata 9/8.
Nice.
Now
I have a
you
lot
go
of
back and
books.
get those old Dell
Magnus
ones.
Robot
Those,
Fighters. I like.
those are good.
I took a picture of Exo Man of War in 1994.
Nice.
Nice.
Ninjak.
Next up, we have Deadpool issue 45, Scotty Young, Run the Jewels, 1 in 50, in 2015. We had a near mint copy of Raw Souls for $646. In January, a very fine $350, a no grade 85. 9.8 sold for $1,100 in August. And just last week we had a 9.6 slab sold for $439. Yeah, it's funny. I just won a Mexican variant, Mexican foil of this
Oh, nice.
the other day.
Nice. You're always winning. Still get that winning thing. How much you paying these people?
How
much you paying these people?
I don't know. Sometimes 20, sometimes 30.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I love this cover.
It's a great cover. Next up, Wonder Woman issue 609. Alex Garner 1 in 10 from 2011. Last raw sale was in May of this year for $143. The last 9.8 was $180 in 2022, which makes you think, what will a 9.8 sell for if it was sold right now?
Yeah. There's so many good Wonder Woman covers back
Yeah.
through the years. So many good runs.
He's got that tiger blood.
Yeah.
It's a great cover.
Yeah, it is. Like I said, there's so many good runs of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Where there's just amazing cover runs.
Lucifer is back to winning books again after his last controversial wins. Which one? Was it the Ahsoka win? Next up, Darth Maul, son of Dathomir, issue number 1, 2014 SDCC. It's the first appearance of God Saxon, first appearance of Rook Cast, and the first introduction of Darksaber in standard comic book.
Yep.
A raw sold for $100 back in November, and the 9.8 of this sold for $62 in October. Makes no sense to me, but okay. And then a few weeks later, a 9.6 sold for $150.
I have the series, not the SDCC covered, but I remember when this thing was hot.
It's a
It's
really
come
nice
down
cover.
a bit.
You got this, Dom?
You know, I actually don't have the any of the copies of Son of Dathomir. I don't have any of these books. I never picked them up. You know, and when it's kind of crazy when Marvel took over Star Wars again, and everything became Legends that were a part of Marvel. This is the only book that became Legends. I mean, Marvel in continuity. Because this was supposed to be, this arc was supposed to be the arc for in the Clone Wars cartoon. They were going to do that, and they never did. They had an arc for this, so they made a comic book.
It's a good series, all good covers.
Yeah, they got. You know, this series is really good. This is a really good series. You know, I would love to see this in animated form, live action. I wish the Clone Wars, they would come out the Clone Wars arc on this and do it.
You giving up on live action?
Not giving up on live action. It's just
I love Maul, and truthfully, I like Maul animated.
Yeah, friggin' Sam Whitmore, does a great voice of Maul, and he's great. So
You could just do more fun things with him. I think animated.
Yeah. Next up, DCU Legacies issue 8, the alternate cover. Hasn't sold since 2018. A raw sold for $123. and a 9.4 sold for 90. There's currently 2 on eBay, and it's about 10, 11 on the census of the regular cover. Not that many of this variants.
I just don't understand how you could be that powerful when you wear a blue bath towel with a duct tape belt.
It's crazy how powerful they made him.
It's a nice cover though.
Yeah, it's a great cover. Darkseid in an apartment is odd. It is odd.
Look at the leg of the table that's underneath his legs.
Oh, really, Dom? Come on, Dom.
It's been bashing on the wall because whoever's next door has been playing.
This is a family show. A family show.
Sure.
All right, next up. Who reads comics? We read comics. This week, Joe's will be handling the review of 3 books that we picked. I picked. I made him read a Spider-Gwen book. And let's see if he likes any of these books that I picked for him to read. First up, Batman Robin Lives. The retelling of the death of Jason Todd if he had lived.
Spoiler alert. Robin lives.
So what if?
It threw me off because I hadn't read 428 in, like I said, like about 30 plus years. So I was just trying to remember while reading through this, like, well, what did they change? What did they change? What did they change? But I mean, they did a nice job with it, going through and reading it, and it feels like you're reading an old comic from the late 90s, or sorry, late 80s, early 90s, ads and all. You know, everything's in there. So I don't know the backstory to this. Is this a what if, or was this what they actually wrote as a secondary story that never was published?
I believe it was a secondary story that they had ready to go if the
because that's what it
came
felt
in
like.
for them to live. Yeah,
I mean that's 100% what it felt like. Yeah, I mean it was late 90s Batman was what it was. Batman 1 second is like, why? How could I be so what? And then he's an asshole the next minute. That's Batman.
That's Batman.
That's Batman in a nutshell.
Now he's a complete asshole. 24 hours.
But yeah, I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but you know, he buries Jason Todd's mom, and you know, Jason Todd survives, and they kind of leave it on a cliffhanger. And you have a nice panel of the Ayatollah right in the middle there, so that's fun.
Ayatollah. I forgot he was in his book.
And you get the dumb looking Joker with the stupid long face, which always kind of bothered me a bit.
They prepared 2 books where he lives and dies, and then after the vote, they use one of them.
Yeah, I knew they had the vote and everything. I just didn't know whether they had prepared both or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun read. It took me back. I have to go dig up 428 now and read that and do a little comparison because I felt a little dumb reading it. I was like, this feels really familiar, but it was over 30 years ago when I read it. It's like a high school assignment. I was like, I don't remember what I did then. So, yeah. It's worth it. I think it's fun, worth picking up. I mean, if you're going to go in terms of what ifs, it's an interesting way to go with it.
Yeah,
you know,
and they have 2 variant covers, a partial blank cover, and they have a foil cover.
I would buy neither of those. I don't know. I read it online. Like I said, it was fun to read. It kind of brought me back to, I mean, like I said, that series was so huge when we were kids.
Voltaire, you can read it on, I sent the link I sent you before. If you want.
Yeah, like I said, I got to dig up 428 now because now I really have to go back and read because I'm looking at things. I'm like, did this happen in the original? Did this happen in the original? You know, outside of him living, where were the tweaks? I'm just too old. My brain doesn't work well anymore to remember things that that far away. So it wasn't. Like I said, I would definitely recommend picking it up, especially if you grew up in this era of comics.
Yep.
I would say definitely pick it up because it's it hits the the nostalgia.
A Definite Family was a great story, regardless of the ending.
Yeah,
I love
such an amazing story.
The reason why he died because they had to freaking the box.
The box.
Say die.
Redial.
That was redial. That was cool.
Hey, what's up, Chris? The Bipolar Jedi. If you're not subscribed to Chris, please go and subscribe to Chris's channel. And you can follow him on X, Nobody Bipolar, I believe. Next up, the next book he was tasked to read. Stuff on Nightmares. I forgot to change the title. Sleigh Ride.
Yeah, Sleigh Ride was. I mean, all of these kind of little kind of Tales from the Crypt style stories where you have you kind of have your narrator setting things up a little bit here and there and adding context. It was an okay read if you like a little horror read. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't awful. You basically have a Santa Claus who's a department store Santa who gets fired from his job and kind of loses his shit. So that's basically the long with the short. And then this is a self-contained story. Wraps itself up at the end quite well. I won't give anything away if anyone wants to read it. But like I said, they're good if you like reading quick little horror stories in the vein of kind of a Tales from the Crypt type story. It's worth reading. It's fun. I don't know if I'd buy it outside of the prison cover, but
the prison cover. It's great.
Yeah, I mean it was a fun little story to read. Was it a forgettable story? Yeah,
as much as I used to.
But it was the best of the three reads that I had, I would say.
Nice. Later, Kata. Thank you. Chris wants to know, how much do you bench?
Not as much as I used to. I used to bench a lot more. Just got to get back into the swing of things. I'm benching about maybe 215 now. I'm not benching as much as I used to.
Nice.
215, 185. I'm back to the beginning stages of my life.
I was hoping you weren't going to give a number and just say more than I used to.
350. Yeah, 350. As he's rubbing his muscles. 350.
I'm not that. Come on. I don't have that much more muscles like I used to.
Put that out. Do that again.
Right.
Next up, the bane of Joe's existence. I didn't change the titles on a lot of these. Spider-Gwen Smash #1.
I wish it was Titans Beast World instead.
That was a lot better.
Oh, no wonder you said Smash. I was like, I didn't know you was talking about Smash. The name of the comic was Smash. I thought it was like, yeah, you smash it.
I admit I half-ass read this because I clocked out about halfway through. Like I said, if you're, a 14-year-old girl, this is a fantastic, fun read.
Oh, so
I'm not a 14-year-old girl, so it just didn't do it for me. It was very Gwen focused. Not like in the Spider-Verse, I find Gwen fun. There's a larger story arc though.
Yeah.
In Spider-Verse, this was just kind of like, oh, my band's playing. Oh, I'm gonna stop a bad guy. Oh, now we're gonna be with another band, and it's Dazzlers in that band. It was
not enough boobies, Joe.
Amen. But no, it was
Not for
like
you.
I said, it's not. Yeah, I'm sure there's people that would read that kind of stuff and enjoy it. It's not for me.
Red has about 10 copies of each cover. I'm pretty sure he does. No, he's too
And
busy.
maybe you could stretch it. Maybe a 15-year-old girl will enjoy it, but it really felt more that age focus in terms of the story and the way they were writing and everything else, which confuses me because they'll do a bunch of covers like this, which get dumb old men like us to go buy a bunch of covers.
Not me.
And there's a teeny bopper story in the middle. It's
not this guy.
I didn't buy any. I know Pete will buy that Nakayama cover because Pete likes Nakayama.
I don't, but I love the Elizabeth Tour cover.
I do too. I like the covers. I like Gwen as a character. This just the storyline for this just wasn't for my demographic, and that's okay.
That's fine. Please hit that like button. Get the likes up for the stream. And next up,
but Dazzler is in the book, so hey, for all you Dazzler fans now,
there you go. Tell us
what's popping with Pops. Let's see what they're doing on the market. We have Marvel Doctor Doom Metallic 17 sold for $280.
That's actually down.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Hey, listen, these are like stock. They go up and down, regardless of the fact the dumpster has a whole bunch of these things. The original ones will always have a place, and limited edition ones that came out back, the beginning ones are always going to have a value towards them.
Yeah.
No matter what the circumstances. They just had the big sale in Arizona again in the warehouse, so they're trying to get rid of stuff. And there was a couple of pieces that people got for cheap prices that were money pieces.
Nice.
I'm normally not a big fan of Pops, but I do like the Doom.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, it's sharp.
Next up, Deadpool Era Glow Funko Pop sold for $400. I don't know what the era was. If anybody knows,
Yeah, the era was different glow.
It doesn't glow.
Yeah, it was supposed to glow. That's a reasonable price there. It's not that I buy the Deadpool. There's so many damn Deadpools.
Lower the volume, Dom. Giggles can hear this.
Yeah, she's inside right now. She's like,
that's a deal. Dom want every pop sold ever.
No, because I know the price. A lot of the prices that were going back then. Things that, everything has value drops, then things pick up. It depends on what's what. Like all these Deadpool pops are gonna. Once Deadpool comes back in the movies, there'll be a resurgence for Deadpool pops because they'll bring out new ones, and then the older ones people will go back for. And that's how things work.
Yeah. Next up,
I missed my Five Nights at Freddy Funko pop window. I'm still getting rid of those.
Next up, we have Freddy Funko as Doctor Strange, San Diego Comic-Con 2017, limited to 400 pieces, sold for $1,270.
I think that's actually up. That's actually up a little bit.
I actually like this one. Actually.
Yeah, the Freddy Funkos are definitely fun pieces. I want the Freddy Funko as Soundwave. They have a Freddy Funko as Soundwave. They got a Freddy Funko as Megatron. Freddy Funko as Boba Fett. Those are a lot of money. Just can't get those.
Ginger Boba Fett. I don't know how I feel about that.
Thank you, Chris. Chris is a busy man. He got 3 streams up.
Nice.
Next up,
multitasking.
Cheerleader Deadpool, limited to 1,000 pieces. The San Diego Comic-Con sold for $300.
You see, how many Deadpools? You got cheerleader Deadpool. You got baby Deadpool. You got so many Deadpools.
It's insane.
It's so weird. How rarity comes up, 1,000 pieces, and it sells well, and there's a feeling of rarity kind of with that. But if it was a comic and we were like, let's limit to 1,000, you'd be like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's not really limited. There's another 2,000 out there.
Yeah.
Next up, San Diego Comic-Con Hall H Shang-Chi limit to 500, sold for $275.
Yeah, the grail piece of this is the Ahsoka piece that came out that nobody got. 500. It's like going for like almost $3,000. The
Jeez.
Ahsoka piece. All each.
You know, some of these pops go for a fucking arm and a leg.
They
Shit.
go for a lot of money, some of these pops.
And to me, it's like 500. That's not that limited, but
It is in the scheme of things.
But
yeah,
in the scheme of things, it is because think about it, how many. There's more than 500 pop collectors out there. You know that love to collect. So it's the same thing with comic books. I understand what you're saying with the comics too, limited to 500.
it's different in every collectible, you know, which is interesting to me, you know.
Which I'm surprised that a lot of people who collect Funko Pops don't collect comics, and a lot of people who collect comics don't collect Funko Pops. So try to get those two together, you know, because you would think that because of the pop culture of the character itself in comic books, movies, and stuff like that.
There's 501 pop collectors.
It's true. That's true.
Well, you know, I think if they started throwing comic books with some of these pops, it will get people interested.
I like when they do the comic covers in the back of
See, I like
the
that too, and they
package.
do
I
it
thought
more.
that's sharp.
They have a Ghost Rider one coming out. I hit up Jedi. I think
Oh yeah, it's
Jedi,
what, Spotlight 5. It's supposed to look like Spotlight 5, I think.
something like that. They had that, so I like that. I want them to continue that. The cover pops with the comic covers are awesome.
Yeah.
That's a cool collection. I like that.
I have the Miles somewhere around. The Ultimate Spider-Man. I mean, was it Ultimate
I'm
Fallout?
still waiting on friggin' Star Wars issue 42, the first Boba Fett they're supposed to be doing, and they still haven't done it yet.
And that would be beautiful. If they did all three characters, if you got a Dengar, a Bosk, and a Boba, all
That'd
with
be
that
awesome.
background.
You had that next to the comic, it'd be perfect.
Next up,
Uncle, come on.
going once, going twice, sold. Take a look at some Silver Age slabs that sold in the last month. We have Challenge of the Unknown 43 from 1965. A CGC 9.6 sold for $960.
That's a nice book.
Really nice book.
I'm telling you, it's DC Silver in very high grade, especially 9/8 in DC Silver now. Even books that aren't keys or anything like that are selling exceptionally high because there's not many on the census for a lot of these books that are at a 9/8. And I don't know, it's past few weeks on Heritage, there's been some Teen Titans 9/8s that have been going, and they've been going for a grip.
Yeah. You know, people just seem to pass over a lot of these silver books from DC, and I think it's a mistake. Sooner or later, these books are going to hit a peak, and they're not going to come back down.
No.
No, I mean, gold and silver, they're different markets, man.
So you got to think about it. A 9.6 on this old book, you're not going to find anything like this. How many books are really up in those high grades like that?
Yeah.
Once these disappear, people keep them in the collections, you're never going to find these books.
No.
And it's going to drive the prices up for the other books, the other grades. So
Yeah,
they just said good weird stories back then. Challenges of the Unknown. You know.
Yep. Next up, showcase number 1, Firefighters DC 1956, a CGC 7.0. It's the first appearance of Fireman Farrell.
it's
Farrell?
Showcase 1.
1956, sold for $1,680.
Few issues later, you start the Silver Age.
Yeah.
Yep. That's cool.
Showcase number 4.
I mean, that's why this, you know, because it's Showcase. I mean, Showcase has some weird freaking books throughout that first 100 issues. There's some There's some duds in there,
A lot of
but it's still showcase, and it's still recognizable.
What they should have did was showcase first appearance of Fire Marshal Bill.
Oh, God. I like my 1956 books to have white pages only. Dick.
Hey.
Next up, Teen Titans number 19
There it is.
from 1969, CGC 9.6, sold for $1,200.
Speaking of Cardi,
That's a cool book.
Speedy joins the team and replaces Aqualad in this book. Beautiful Nick Hardy cover. The best artist. I still
this
think
whole run
better.
this whole run of Teen Titans is so good. The covers are so amazing. Yeah, it's good stuff. And like I said, the 9.6s and 9.8s in these books is tough. And even like I said, for the non-keys, people are starting to find those books and say, hey, there's only 3 9.8s on the census. Yeah.
Sooner or later, these prices are going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
And this Teen Titans, right? It's even on eBay when you go to cons, trying to find these books and very fine or higher is so hard.
Yep. I'm happy with a 6 or 7 if I'm picking up some of the Silver Age stuff.
Yeah.
Long
as the covers
pricey.
Long as the covers aren't have mice bites or piss on them or smells like weed, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. Man, it can smell like weed. Next up, Four Colors 596, which is also Turok number 1, the first appearance of Turok. Sold for $1,380. I love these painted covers they did.
See, I love these old Turok books.
Never sleep on Dell 4-color. There have been a lot of Dell 4-color books that have been selling for a nice amount of money that aren't, ridiculously high grades, but when you find anything above 7 in some of these 4 colors, because these books were beat to shit.
Yeah.
I mean, these were really, really beat the shit. And there's so many crazy, fantastic Dell 4-color books because every issue is something different. Good stuff.
Great book. I gotta, I always go looking for these Dells and these 4 colors when I go to cons. And the last book, Silver Age book we're gonna look at, The Brady Bunch number 1 from 1970, 9.6, sold for $1,080.
And that's the first appearance of Brady Bunch of comics?
No, I don't believe so. No.
I was going to say, Brady Bunch of comics, that's kind of low for his appearance.
I could be wrong, but I don't believe so.
I don't know if they appeared anywhere. I don't really follow the Brady Bunch and their comic appearances.
I don't know.
I mean, everything got comics back then in one way or another. But, I mean, Dell was the one to really bring a lot of these earlier. You got some Whitman stuff, but all the Dell and Dell 4-color stuff.
What's wrong with the smell of weed? Say the Canadian pothead. That's right. They hand out weed for free up there, don't they? Everybody gets weed. This book should be a foil cover. I got your foil cover.
It should be lenticular. You should be able to turn it, and Marsha gets hit in the face with the football.
Yeah, right. Marsha.
I sold the 1961 7.0 Dell Peanuts number 8 for $130 2 years ago. Damn you. Great book.
Got to go back and get the Tip Top. It has some of the original Peanut stuff in it. Golden Age. It's good stuff.
So, subscribe to the channel if you're watching on X, Instagram, or it's your first time here. You can hit me up on Kingdom of Nerds on IG and Brewster for my _1 on X. right after this, at 9 o'clock, you can see me and Joe's dueling on Renovision's top 10, CBSI top 10. And then following that, you can see all three of us on Get Off My Lawn, also on Renovision. AOA, could you put the link for Renovision in the chat? Tonight's discussion on Get Off My Lawn will be what, Joe?
We're going to talk a little kaiju. It's not going to be a long show tonight, but we're going to talk a little kaiju, look at some kaiju collectibles. I have a little Fallen 4, look at a few Something's Killing the Children books. So kind of muddle through tonight. It's toward the end of the year. We get a little lazy.
Nice. And we will all be back for Monday Madness, continuing our holiday Christmas theme. So come hang out.
Get your eggnog, your coquito.
I'm not drinking no damn eggnog.
I'll take the bourbon, but you can leave the eggnog.
Coquito. My wife makes a coquito. That's just really
I could drink coquito. I'll drink coquito. I can make coquito
any day.
151 proof. They just started selling eggnog with gingerbread in it up here. I'm like,
Pistachio coquito.
Jedi said he's doing a
comic review,
and it will be a long show.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh boy, here we go.
So
I'm good with it. If I could sit back, I'm good. I'm battling some sinus infections, so I'm dragging ass tonight.
At least it's not COVID like the rest of the team.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
So thank you everyone for coming. I will see you later on Renovision and Monday back to Monday Madness.
I just saw Boba Fett in the Aquaman trailer. Mira Morrison.
This is why we don't let him outside.
Yeah.
Can't take
Everything's
him
a circle. Everything's
it's all connected. It's all connected.
You know what's also connected?